welcome to the channel. Today I want to take a couple minutes to talk about why I'm getting rid of my Native Instruments Komplete Kontrol s88 Mark II keyboard. I've had this keyboard about 2 months now, and I'm going to talk through the reasons why I bought it initially, some of my favorite features, but then talk about what ultimately is causing me to want to get rid of it. So if that all sounds good, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'm going to get right to it. So if you're not familiar with this keyboard, it's got 88 keys. It's got the cool little LED strips above each key, regular mod wheel, pitch bend, octave, transpose. One thing it does have that I haven't seen on a ton of MIDI keyboards is a volume right here. So you can actually program the MIDI volume of the source while you're playing it. You've got 8 encoders up here, 8 buttons, and then a bunch of transport and other type of controls and settings up there. So why did I buy it to begin with? I've heard incredible things about the weight and the quality and just the feel of the keyboard in general, and I can confirm all those to be true. It feels amazing. It feels like a real weighted piano. Like feels good. I also bought it because it has a full 88 keys. Of course, there's different sizes in the product line and everything, but I specifically chose this because of the 88. The one on my desk, the M-Audio key station, only has 61, and sometimes I find myself running out of keys on those high or low areas. Another reason I bought it is kind of silly, but it's because it has these colored lights across the top, and not a lot of keyboards I've seen have lights like this, and then they also light up when you play it. They get a little brighter. And then if you're using the Komplete Kontrol software, when you pull up a library, these will actually change to correspond with the notes in the library. So if you're using something specific that has like key switch components down lower, like these lower will change to that color to let you know that those are the key switches and then these are regular notes. It's just a cool touch that I was interested in when I was price shopping it. Finally, the main reason I bought it is for the Komplete Kontrol integration. So if you're not familiar with Komplete Kontrol, it's basically Native Instruments' whole bundle of everything all in one easy to access package. So it'll put all the presets in like one menu across multiple plugins and stuff, all in that single interface. And they paired it with these keyboards that map perfectly with the interface. So you've got these 2 screens here, and when you pull up a plugin, the screens will change based on what's going on, and all these knobs auto map. So it should be a really hands-on experience. Those are the reasons I bought it, and so I just want to give some other general thoughts before I get into why I'm selling it. I can confirm 110% the build quality is amazing. The knobs feel good, the buttons have a satisfying click, the encoder here can rotate and press and go up, down, left, right. Amazing. The keys feel great. Everything's awesome. It's an amazing keyboard. Also, it does work very well with the Komplete Kontrol software. I mean, they've designed these from the ground up to work exactly with their software. It's an awesome ecosystem. I also enjoyed having the MIDI volume right there. That's a nice touch, and it's easy to get to. So, why did I sell it? The number one thing that made me want to sell this is I realized I don't use Komplete Kontrol that often. A lot of the times I'm reaching for a Keyscape or Omnisphere or something like that, and you can access these in Komplete Kontrol, and you can actually access them using the knobs and the navigation on the controller. The problem is it takes me like a solid 30 seconds to pull up Keyscape in the Komplete Kontrol environment, whereas if I just go mouse and keyboard, I can pull it up like that. So it actually was taking me longer to load some of the instruments and plugins I normally use, just because I was having to go through this ecosystem. And once I realized that, I started to feel a little unsure if this was the right keyboard for me. And so yes, the keyboard does integrate perfectly with Komplete Kontrol, but it starts to lock you into a certain workflow. And if that workflow's for you, great, you'll probably love it. If it's not for you, then you might want to consider something else or consider changing your workflow. The other thing I wish the keyboard had is, considering the amount of real estate up here, you're really limited on the amount of knobs you have. I think of like an mkII, like the MPK, you have tons of knobs, faders, 16 drum pads, like you have a lot of stuff. And they totally had space up here. Like they're only using 1/3 of the available real estate. And they just don't have anything else besides that. Granted, these knobs can do a lot of things, but it's only one set of knobs. So as I considered that a little more, I came to the conclusion that this might not be for me. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they didn't put drum pads on here is because they have they have a whole drum workflow. And I'll get into that in another video, but I just wish there was more stuff, you know? Like, it's great to have transports and 8 knobs, but That's all you have. So for the price point, this being like a higher tier, higher priced keyboard, I wish it had more stuff, you know? So if you want an excellent feeling keyboard, or you use a lot of Native Instruments software, you use the Komplete Kontrol plugin a lot, this would be perfect for you. I think you'd love it. If you don't, if you more use lots of things from different manufacturers and you want something a little more free that you can map however you want, I would not recommend the Komplete Kontrol keyboard. If you want more hands-on control, flexibility, all of that, I'd probably go with something like an Arturia or an mkII keyboard, because you get 16 drum pads, a bunch of faders, buttons, like you get so much more than the small amount of controls you have here. So that about wraps up the video. I hope that shed some light on your keyboard search if you're in the market for one right now, or if you were considering this one in particular. I hope that gives you a little more to think about. It's not a bad keyboard, it's an excellent keyboard, but it does lock you into a workflow, and I think it's important to know that going into it, because I didn't, and then I got it and I kind of felt stuck in a specific workflow. If you have any questions about this keyboard or gear in general, let me know down in the comments. Also, since I'm looking for a MIDI controller, let me know down in the comments what you use and why you like it. Thanks again for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe.